Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we bring you a week 8 of the official iRacing Supercars Series and the Friday night European Strength of Field race from the fantastic, and I think there's only me and Pete that think that, Barber Motorsports Park. In the booth with me at the moment, I have Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Evening, everybody.
Mr. Bill Switzer is currently missing in action, but on the cameras and doing all the magic is Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening. I also like Barber. This is one of the best track on iRacing.
Yeah,
So there's three of us then.
yeah.
Three of us that are probably absolutely rubbish at the track, but we do like the track. So, Pete, we are quickly into the qualifying session. We've got, we believe, a 23 car field, which is more than we expected, considering many people don't like Barber. But it is one of those tracks, isn't it? It's you get into a flow, you think you've got it, then you end up disappearing 78 miles off into the grass. It's not an easy track to get to grips with.
No, it's an absolute punisher. Only 4 sessions all week have gone official in the European server or the American server. I can't remember which one. For whatever reason, it's not popular, but I find it's got everything you need to make for a very exciting race. The track surface is massively wide. All right, it's a very slippy track. Let's not beat about the bush. It's not got the highest levels of grip. You need your front end to be very reactive, and it's very difficult to do in V8. But when you get it tuned in, or you get a setup from someone like Tony Klusterman or someone that actually works, it's a very rewarding track. Gary Craig doesn't agree with me because he was saying before, even when you do a lap good, it doesn't feel like you're tuned into it like you do on some other tracks. You don't get that buzz, but I do. You're coming out of the hairpin without wheel spin is one of the things that you strive to do on this track. And when you do it once, you think, yay! And then the next lap you go around and you like bin it into the wall and stuff. But that's the beauty of Barber. It's an exciting racetrack. It can be a real barnstormer, to quote Bill terminology, of a race when you've got enough cars on the track. And like I say, the race area is really wide. There are opportunities to pass, but the most frequently observed one tonight will be into the hairpin.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. A little bit of news for everybody. Little milestone for us. Overnight, we passed 300 subscribers. So thank you to everybody for that. And just looking down the driver list, Pete, I'm seeing a couple of new names. Well, actually, I don't think we've seen Troy Cox before.
No, we haven't.
I
there he is.
Don't remember seeing Tom Pritchard before.
I do. He's been in once before.
Okay. And Martin Versluven from VRA GTCC.
Yeah, so welcome, Martin.
Has took the punt in the mighty V8. So that could be interesting.
Welcome, Elvis, on the chat.
And one other thing, I'll just run you through the top 5 in our official, unofficial standings. So Tony Klusterman leads the way with 804 points. Wayne Sanderson is in second with 664. Marco Nemela is in third with 644. Vincent Skilbeck is fourth with 589, and Marcus Bletz is fifth with 512. So
where's Marco tonight then?
Marco Nemela, I thought, was in the session, but I can't see him. So maybe he didn't fancy a trip to the Barbers. Badum.
Hey. Anyway, so yes, there he is. He's on the chat. So where exactly? What are your excuses? We need to know off your mum at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
So where are we? We've got a couple of minutes left in qualifying. It looks like everybody's done their laps. Currently, Jamie Machado's up there in provisional pole with Tony Klusterman second, Jeremy Rogers in third.
Yeah, Jamie is clearly well experienced at this track because you don't put laps like that round it.
No, that's right. Who's out of position? Wayne Sanderson in 12th. He's usually a bit further up, isn't he?
Yep. The other half of the Gary Craig Appreciation Society is online now as well. So welcome, Alex.
Yes. That's a good time for Martin. Don't know how much he's driven this car, but he's halfway up the grid.
Well, I didn't know he drove the V8, so if this is an arrive and drive, I hate him.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure Ben Cullen. Or actually, I think Ben Cullen may have just got back into the session.
Ah, right. Okay. He's not posted a time. He's obviously
no, he hasn't.
Issue. Steve LaValle on the chat. Tyler agreeing that it is slippy slidey. Barber is always like that, but when I was out before, all right, I was 2.5 seconds slower than the fastest people, but that's no surprise. It was unbelievably slippy, in my opinion.
So we've got a 28 lap race for you all tonight. So that could be quite interesting. We're doing laps in under 90 seconds. So it's not going to be a massively long race, but it is your official grid. So first off, Jamie Machado, Tony Kloosterman second, Jeremy Rogers third, Yancey Lynn fourth, Vincent Skilbeck fifth, Troy Cox sixth, Oscari Rins seventh, Mark Duggan eighth, Tyler Newitt ninth, Ben Morris 10th, Martin Versluven 11th, Wayne Sanderson is 12th. Then we have Richard Tam, Abdullah Al Amri, Nikolai Bogatyrev, Marco Lewert, Tom Pritchard, Ant Woodward, Marcus Blett, Gary Craig, Ivan Bowmans, Miro Hrasky, and possibly Ben Cullen rounding out your grid.
I think Ben has gridded. Tyler Newitt is in the Barber Appreciation Society as well, apparently. And Martin Versluven, this is his second race. So, yes, I hate him for being that good.
Okay, well, he had a baptism of fire if the Bathurst 1000 was his first ever V8 race.
Yep. Definitely.
Okay. So
everybody's on, but we're waiting for Tom Pritchard to join the field.
Okay, yes, we are. Maybe he's falling asleep.
And we've got, as you can see on your screen, a 2.9k strength of field. So that is eye-watering at best.
What was it last time? It was something like 4k, wasn't it?
And it was obscene. There was ridiculous. There was a 6k guy in there, wasn't there? Those people need lives. Let's face it.
Okay, so Tom is on the grid. Lights will be coming on shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds, and we're off straight away.
Yeah, no messing.
Yeah,
look at Tyler go. Look at Tyler go forward. No. Oh dear. Oh, I thought I saw smoke.
Oh, someone got bounced off there.
Yeah. Who's that? Richard Tam. I think he locked up and kind of jarred the car. Look at all those V8s. It's amazing, isn't it? Right, here we go. Let's hope everybody's nice and calm.
Whoa, look at Nikolai down the outside.
3 wide round the hairpin. Oh dear, come on boys. Meanwhile, Tony Kloosterman has gained himself a lead.
He certainly has.
I think that was a hairpin overtake.
I think if Bill was here, we would have heard Holy Mackerel at least 11 times by now.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're still at it.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, this is a replay. Got me excited then. So yeah, Tony
that's a bit door to door, isn't it?
And that is,
oh dear.
Yeah.
Mark Duggan.
I think Martin was a passenger when that happened, to be honest. So yeah,
Look.
Marcus.
Oh, was that
I think.
Netcode?
Well, I think Mark initially cut across him,
Right.
as if he wasn't there, and at that point, I think it looked to me anyway that Martin was a passenger, and there was no way he was avoiding that.
So Tony Kloosterman's starting to check out here.
Yeah, so he took that lead off of Jamie Machado. Jeremy Rogers still holding third.
Yep, some damage on Troy Cox's car on the right-hand side, the red car there in your view.
I think that very first hip check.
Oh, that's Abdul.
Triple A.
He's been very good about that. He's stayed still.
He did, yes. Held the brakes.
So for anybody new to racing or doesn't race, if you do spin out like Triple A just did, then the best thing to do is put your foot on the brake, don't move, don't roll anywhere, and don't take out the rest of the field.
He's done that on his own. Obviously trying not to contact the car in front and lock the brakes. That happens.
And just for the viewers at home, it takes about 3 or 4 laps around here because it's not a long lap, it's only 1 minute 20 something. And it takes quite a while to get the heat in the tyres, so you don't get that front end grip. So I don't know where Tony's got this grip from.
Oh, there's a good.
Yeah, what's going on there? That's behind Troy.
Scary Rin, that is.
Yeah. He's handy, isn't he?
Vincent Skillbeck in the wheelie bins car.
I still prefer the previous wheelie bin.
No, I like this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that was a spin out.
Yeah, there was somebody off there, weren't there?
They were very, very deep into the hairpin. He's back on and racing now. Who's that behind Tyler? Oh, it's Jamie.
Oh, it is.
Jamie Machado.
No. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, he just got too deep, hasn't he?
I'm always right.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at who was behind Wayne, and it's telling me Richard.
Oh my
Tam.
word, what is going on there? That was strange netcode. Weird. I don't know what's going on now. That's Vincent Skillbeck in Ascari Rin.
Yeah, we need to see that one again.
Yeah, because Troy Cox has now been shuffled back and about to get the Tyler Newitt treatment, I think. It does look like Vincent is kind of just driving through people as if he doesn't know they're there. And it might be the case, mightn't it, if his connection's poor.
Yeah, let's have a look, see what happens here. He's a long way behind.
He is, like... Oh, here we go, this is it. So he then drives through and then drives inside the car in front of him.
Yeah.
That looks like weird net-coded stuff.
Well, it is, but... See, it happened again there as well, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Bit of store here. Oh, Troy Cox. He's not having the best of days, is he, Troy? He's been shuffled right back.
Yeah. Okay, so Marco Namela is going to join us in the booth.
Oh, right, cool. Elvis on the chat says maybe he just...
Yeah.
Eh?
Don't even read it. It's too bad. Hello, good evening, Marco.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Marco.
Obviously, I know you've been watching. A lot of action so far.
Yeah, it's a wide but a twisty track, so you can go too wide in many places.
And why are you not out there?
I just got back home, so.
Okay, we'll let you off this week.
You Yuanzi Lin is doing a fantastic job, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, we've said all along when we've seen him drive, he's really, really quick.
Yeah.
I think the first time we see him drive, he was probably a little bit too, shall we say, boisterous. That's
crashy is how I describe him. Yeah.
But yeah, he's certainly showing pace now. And it pains me to say it because Marco's in with us, but Finns usually bloody do, don't they?
Yeah, Oscar is a good driver. He's just really new on the car. The Daytona was arrive and drive from him, and next one was still learning, and I think now he's picking up the pace.
And is his surname pronounced Rin or Rinny or
Rinne.
Rin? We weren't far off then, Peter. We'll stick with that.
We weren't.
Yeah.
Although there are only 5 letters in his surname, so you can't get it that far wrong.
Oscari Rennie
Yeah.
going into Heartburn Turn.
Yeah. So Tyler Newitt, right under the rear wing, really, of Vincent Skillback. Come on, Tyler, get stuck in, mate. Wayne Sanderson's definitely showing intent with Nikolai Bogotyrev here.
Yeah, Wayne's not actually gained a position yet since the start, which is surprising.
But it's Barber, it's a slippery track. You really, really need to get your tyres up to temperature before you start doing anything, and we've seen how other people have handled it so far. Yuanzi is definitely catching Jezza Rogers.
Yeah, he definitely fancies a bit of that Vegas Golden Knights car.
And meanwhile, Tony Klusterman is checking out. Oh, hang on, look at this.
So
Wayne
that's
Sanderson.
Wayne and Nikolai.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's a shame.
What happened there? Oh, and it's still going on.
It is. Oh, dear, that's painful. So, I think Nikolai got a tyre off and speared across into Wayne. I didn't see what happened in the second phase of that.
Wayne's car is wrecked.
His engine's gone, just. I heard it go bang.
So here we go.
So, Nikolai, tyre off,
Yeah.
side swipe, and then I don't know why he drifted across.
To me, I don't think he knew that there was a car on his right-hand side.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he might have looked for like a sorry button on his keyboard or something.
But yeah, so Richard Tam and Wayne Sanderson, both innocent victims in that.
Yeah, definitely. And really, it's the slightest of wheels off as well. There wasn't a lot that Nikolai was doing wrong, was there?
Yeah, that's right. And he's just put sorry in the chat. So
Right.
I assume, I think Marco is correct. He probably took his eyes off the ball there just to look for a sorry button.
Yeah, Marco's generally the only one of us that is correct.
Yeah.
I guess that's my job in here. So
Yeah, keep us right. So Jeremy's
Wayne's in the
reacted.
pits.
Right, okay. So Jeremy's definitely reacted to Yuanzi, but Yuanzi's getting caught by Ascari.
Yeah, and AAA we're seeing on the screen at the moment. Obviously, he was plumb last after his spin, so he's trying to make his way back through the field. He's currently got Marco Lewert in front of him.
Yeah, and biggest movers forward before they crash. Ant Woodward plus 7 places. Gary Craig plus 6 places, and Miro Rasky plus 7 places.
Yeah.
So there's some good movers going on.
yeah, Oscar is actually doing really good lap times. He's even half a second faster than Tony.
Well, he's got the he was quickest, weren't he, that last lap.
He's kind of got a double toe from the 2 cars in front of him at the minute down some of the faster sections. That's probably helping him along on that front.
Yeah, but now he got up, so it's slowing down. So
yeah, as soon as he gets on the back of Yancey, he's gonna meet a little roadblock if he's naturally faster.
Yeah, Wayne Sanderson has just put a little unhappy face on the chat. Yeah, there was absolutely nothing you could have done there, Wayne. Wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately.
Yeah, quite a balanced response. He says it happens, and it does. And Nikolai didn't do a great deal wrong, to be fair, you know.
Yeah, he forgot the shh off the front of that comment.
Yeah. So again, Johan Seelin moving very quickly on Jeremy Rogers now.
Yancey is using more curb than I've ever seen anybody use around here.
Well, you do pick up incident points very, very easily around here. Most of these curbs have got 1X's hidden in them. So what I'm meaning by that is he might be using them, but he might be picking up 1X's all the way around. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see for some reason.
He's got 17 to play with, and then he gets a drive through. Disqualified at 25. So I'm sure he's if he is using them up, he's using them up wisely. But I think you're right. Jeremy definitely responded.
Yeah.
Yancey's now in that horrible position where he wants to attack, but he's also got to defend.
Yeah, the pull and the spirit level.
Yeah. And I think if either or both of these drivers can get past Jeremy, they've got a chance, probably not of closing Tony down, but I'm sure they're probably a little bit quicker than Tony at the moment. But
yeah. Oh dear, Jeremy, keep it on the track, keep it on the track. Oh dear.
Apologies, I've just got a bout of the hiccups there.
That's alright. Richard Allsop has given away the Racecraft Esports racing tactic on the chat. Yeah, send it. So that's freed up Yancey Lin to set off down the road now.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye on his lap times now and see if he can start clawing Tony's. What's he got? Just over 6 seconds at the moment.
So Marco, a no-stop race, not that frequent in V8s, is it?
It's. I think there is now usually a couple of those sprint races in the official calendar, so it's a pretty nice mixture of racing.
And even though it's quite a big lap at Barber, it doesn't take long to get round, does it?
Yeah, it feels longer than it actually is, so, and it's so fast-paced, so.
Yeah, it is weird like that, isn't it? It's I think it's a touch under 2.5 miles, so it's not a massive track. I'm sure there's more spiders there now as well.
No, they're ants.
There's
ants. Yeah, there's ants part way around. There's only one spider.
Don't like spiders.
Don't go around the hairpin then.
I don't usually.
So AAA honing in on the back of Marco Loert now.
Yeah, Mark Duggan in his damaged car is putting pressure on AAA as well. Is that Miro in front? Yeah, that's Miro in front of them. So Ascari is putting all sorts of pressure on Jeremy now.
Yep, that podium finish is within his grasp.
The Klosterman Lynn gap is fairly stable.
Yeah, it's not getting any bigger at the minute. It was just over 6. Oh dear, that's wide.
That's a big lock up by Marco Lewert.
It's easily done though, because your car becomes like unloaded as you go over the brow of the hill on the straight, doesn't it, Marco?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this car is especially is really acceptable for like if you have a little bit of dip on the track, it will lock up really easily.
So this then Bill has connected to the race.
Right.
She's obviously woke up from his nana nap.
He's probably been waiting to see who's won the election, and I don't even know. I don't think anybody knows.
That's going to go on for about 3 years.
Is the Supreme Court getting involved now?
Well, there's a message from David Ayres on the Facebook stream.
All right.
That says, "Good evening, gentlemen and Pete."
Oh dear. No need for that, is there? You know, princesses have got feelings too. And Andrew Hoffman asked me today on Discord, why do they call you princess? I was like, why do you think? I've known Clyde for a while and he used to have long hair.
Oh, Jeremy's doing a lot of locking up at the moment.
He's not just locking up, he's also wheel spinning out of a lot of corners. So
Yeah,
I think he's got jelly for tyres.
I know he's in a podium position, but I'm a little bit worried at the moment.
Stacey's on the chat now.
Yeah.
Is that 100% of the Anne Woodward Society?
That is, yeah, that's the Ant Woodward Racing Fan Club.
Where is he anyway? Oh, he's doing all right. He's
11th,
just outside the top 10. There he is. Just for you, Stacey.
And we've got 2 cameras from Ant tonight. There you go. There's Ant looking into his triple screen setup.
Yep, it's a good shot of the bevel on his computer screen.
There's his feet.
Yep.
So I thought Yancey was getting away from Jeremy, but
not happening, is it?
Unless he's made a mistake somewhere, he's not. The last lap, he was 1/100th of a second quicker than Tony Kloosterman.
I just had a bidding, so I think Mr. Switch is here.
Yeah.
Are we having fun yet?
We are.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your nana nap?
It wasn't that. Got caught out by a time change. I can't believe it. I came on here and I went, no, damn. Oh, well. Anyway. So I see our man Tony Kluseman's in the front, huh?
Yeah, by quite a long way, Bill. He's
wow,
almost
6 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, and no pit stops in this one, Bill. So that is what it is.
Yeah,
wow.
We are halfway through.
Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. Really.
No, don't worry about that.
David Ayres says he loves you really, Pete. So
Fine then. He was getting proper pervy in the TCR practice the other day as well. Even I was getting nervous, and you know I've got no shame.
So Miro Krasky's in the pits.
I mean, Pete, you might have to start wearing a chastity belt with all these guys that are after you.
Stand against the wall.
Really, walk backwards.
Who's that? No, it's Miro. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I've got nothing to say that he's crashed.
Maybe he's late for work. Oh no, he's putting tyres on.
Did Wayne Sanderson crash? I see he's in the pits too for a long time.
Wayne, yeah, that was.
He was a victim.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
That's a shame.
So Ant Woodward is now being chased down by the Wayne Sanderson killer.
Nikolai.
Yep.
So Miro's out again, so it wasn't something massive.
I thought Nikolai had got the best turn ever then.
So did I. Until he went
spin.
sideways.
Full wheel spin.
So Triple A, Tom Pritchard, Mark Duggan in this battle. They're not ants, they're spiders.
They're not. They're ants. Where are you looking?
Where that big spider is,
Yeah.
there's a sign that looks like it's painted on the grass just after that, and it looks like littler spiders.
Yeah, there's blue spiders.
I think
Not
they're
there,
ants.
not there.
Actually.
There.
Right. There's a big one. Oh well. Don't be such a girl. That's all I can say.
I don't like spiders.
They don't like you either. Oh, hang on.
No.
That's an overtake. That's an overtake. That's a Ascari. He's managed to get Jeremy Rogers eventually at the hairpin, but out of it, not into it. That was quite good. Be good to see that overtake again. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this is Nikolai and Ant. Gary Craig is behind these. Not that far behind. So the more these boys battle,
Yep.
Oh, there he
Craig.
is. Yep.
I'm not going to say
Whoa.
overtake. The last time I said Gary Craig was having a good race, he crashed. So I must not say the
Yeah,
word.
look at him. He seems to be closing in on him a little bit. Good for him.
there's actually a whole lot of cars behind them.
Piling up, yeah. Piling up behind them. No, that's a good overtake. That is excellently done.
So there's a queue building up, huh, behind you?
Yeah.
Now, here's Tyler behind... Who is that? Is that Jamie Machado?
It is, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Jamie's made his way back, hasn't
He's taken a place back.
he? Yeah.
Or two, sorry.
Tyler's going for it here.
And he's done that one. That's a great overtake.
Wow, that was
well
a nice
done.
pass. Yeah.
Good effort.
That was done on the break, but
Oh, he's not
Jamie's
done
picking
it.
up.
He's not done it.
Not quite. We're
I
going
thought that
down
was a
there.
done
Uh-oh.
deal.
Yeah, so did I. This big track.
Oh, I love it. This is one of my favourite bits.
Yeah, I think you described Tyler because when he went
Alright.
past, he had a smile, and then he lost the position again.
So we messed him up, huh?
And now he lost him. Come on, Tyler.
Pete, you would really like this track. It's beautiful in person, too. They take really great care of this place.
Right. I'll have to visit one day because I like it too much not to.
Yeah, it's not too far from Birmingham, Alabama. Great motorcycle museum there, too, Pete.
Yeah, I've seen it on the track map
Yep.
actually. I was wondering what the museum was, so thanks for that.
Mr. Barber, who owns this place and built this track, big motorcycle fan, so he's collected a lot of the pretty neat bikes over the years. And nothing to do with this race other than Supercars. I just read that Rick Kelly retired this year. He's a real supercar racer, in case people don't know.
I do recognise the name, but I couldn't have pinned where I knew it from.
Yeah, he's been racing. I think 19 years he's been racing.
Right. Okay.
I've just seen your ants, Pete.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Where are they? They're at the carousel, aren't they? The first big.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
I'm looking at is definitely more spiders.
All right. Fair enough.
So just after the big spider, there's a Coca-Cola thing on the ground,
Right.
and there's some little spiders on it. We've got AAA on the inset at the moment.
Yeah, and he's getting very, very fighty with Marcus Bleds. Just in front of Marcus is Gary Craig, obviously, so we don't want him to get that far because that's a BSTV car.
Yeah, and those two behind AAA were battling him not so many laps ago, and he's
Yeah.
managed to drop them.
We were watching
Tom
them a minute
Quickstart
ago.
and Mark Duggan, isn't it?
Yeah, Mark Duggan's got a bit of a beaten up car. What's going on here?
No,
I don't like it when Gary gets on a replay.
It's not a replay. You're all right.
Oh, thank God.
Live.
I need to click my live button so that it
He's,
doesn't freak me out like that.
Oh, he's closing in on these guys.
Yeah, because they're battling, and he's got that super slippery paint on.
Yep.
So, Tony's even further out in the lead now. Wow.
He is, you're right, yeah.
Well, he did stretch it out to just over 7 seconds. It's come down again a bit.
Line that Ant takes around the hairpin, isn't it?
He was very wide, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was, but it means that he can get better drive off the hairpin and be in a defensive position going through the chicane down here.
That's true.
Which they call the corkscrew at Barber, even though it's not a corkscrew.
No, but it's an American track, so they have to have a corkscrew and a carousel.
And a carousel and a hairpin and some S's.
Where?
And this track's got all of those, so
Wow.
it's officially an American track.
Nikolai looked a little loose just then. Wow.
He did, yeah. This is Ivan Bauman's.
Yeah, good to see Ivan back behind the wheel.
Yeah. The front of his car looks a lot shorter than it should be.
I don't think he's going to be on the track much longer, though.
Why did you say that then, Clyde?
Because we're watching a replay.
This is a replay also.
Oh, he's going again.
Oh, he is. Oh, is he? Oh, but I don't know what happened now.
5-car brain now.
It is. Gary is looking a bit fighty with Nikolai now. Oh, dear, that was a strange line through there from Martin Bushleuden.
Yeah. He's up at 8th.
He's doing really well. I mean, he started in 11th or something like that.
Triple A is there's 4 places in front of me.
Yep, tempting. Very tempting.
Oscar has caught up jointly.
Oh, he has, yeah. He's half a second behind. So, at the front of this queue is 11th place. At the back of the queue is 17th place.
Wow.
So that says everything you need to know about that. I think this is going to get very tasty very quickly. I heard crashing just then. I don't know whether anybody else heard that.
I must admit I didn't.
Right.
I have just giggled at the leaderboard because Rin is now on the back of Lynn.
Lynn Rin. Oh, hang on, here we go. Oh, look up. He's had to bail out of that one. That could give Gary Craig a good line.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, Gary.
Down the inside.
It's all going on here. It's a good job, Rob.
He's got it done. Triple A gets that one done.
He might get
looking
do
at Gary.
Gary's going to stay left, though, because it's the hairpin.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to end in tears.
On the inside. No, he did well there. He bailed out of that. Well,
that was looking terrifying.
And Mark Duggan right on the back of this battle now.
Yep, this is quite a train of cars now. Yuanzi Lin is under all sorts of pressure from Ascari Rin now. I've said his surname wrong again. I know we got told what it was.
Tyler got past Jamie Machado.
Did he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
No, we didn't show it, and we didn't show his face, little smiling face on camera either.
That's why he got by, because we didn't jinx him.
I think Jamie Machado had a big off. He's already 2 seconds behind Tyler. So.
Oh, wow. That's right. Yeah.
Let's go to the replay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just gone on his own.
I tell you what, he's done well to get back on that quick. Usually when I end up on the grass, it's at least a week back to the track.
And on the chat, Joshua Chipling made a comment. God, it would be good if V8s were at actual tracks we race on. Great to keep up the good work. I agree, but in the virtual world, it's great to get the V8s around tracks that you would never normally see them at as well. So I see both sides of the coin on that one.
Yep, agree with that, Clyde. So this is Troy Cox closing in, I think, on Jamie Machado. Jamie being our pole sitter, and he's really caught him now. I wonder if Jamie's just lost his tyres completely.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I wonder if he's mashed his tyres. That off track obviously won't help.
What do you think, Marco? Do you think tyres are a big issue at this point?
Yeah, especially the front ones, because there is so many bumps you like lock up even if you are really careful, so you can actually destroy the front tires. And this corner is just pain.
Yeah, the last corner, it's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So AAA is one car away now from getting through this whole train of cars.
Very impressive.
And Woodward, he's like a big poo. He's very hard to pass.
Were you aware that Tony Klosterman's in this race?
Is he?
Yeah.
No. It's his own fault for getting out in the lead.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Wow, he is.
Yeah, he needs to touch some walls to get more
Yeah.
time on the stream.
Yeah, you learned, huh, Marco? Yeah.
So Ant Woodward's pulled away from AAA, and AAA's under all sorts of grief from Nikolai.
Nikolai went
This
back.
is a fantastic battle. This all over
Yeah,
the place.
Yeah, it is.
Gary Craig is fully in the mix here.
Whoa, baby.
No, baby. That was a love tap.
That was
It
a
was.
hello.
And he's done it. So Ascari Arin has done the pass. Let's see what happened. Oh, it was a big wiggle.
He got
from
very
Wanty.
loose.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
fair enough. Yep.
To be fair to Ascari, that was nothing to do with him.
No. And he did an amazing job of not taking him out completely.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that could have ended a lot worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. Great driving, really, from the both of them, because from what I saw of Wanty, if that was me, I'd have tank slapped my way right into the wall there, I think.
Richard Tam is catching up on the back of this as well.
And the whole field's going to be in one big line in a minute. Maybe not these two.
Ben Cullen and
Could
Miro
be 8 cars in that train, surely.
Yep. Here we go. Defensive line from Ant Woodward. Didn't need it.
Oh, look at Nikolai.
Yeah. Nikolai's under pressure
and
from
Gary's
Gary.
looking.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. And also
Right,
going on at the back. as well.
How can we get on and add 20 laps to this race?
I know.
Yeah, really.
And the
We
people
are-
don't like this track. What is wrong with people? This is one of the best tracks on the network for this reason.
That's another.
Should we make Ben crash and say how clean his car?
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah,
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get
He's
back.
got away with it. He's got away with it.
Has he?
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Nikolai's obviously got a toe there. Off the
I
back.
have honestly got my hand in front of my eyes. Oh, dear.
Abdul did really, really well there to hold that
did.
position.
Right.
Come on, Gary, get your foot on the gas, man. Oh, he's got a good line through that turn, though. Gary.
Gary's got to be salivating right there, honest. Really.
He must be waiting to pick up a whole load of pieces. Nikolai's locked up. Gary's on him.
Doesn't look like he can wait too long. You don't have many laps left there.
How long have we got?
Well, the leader has completed 25 laps.
28.
Here's another bit of useless information. The real Indy cars race here too.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Imagine putting an Indy car around this.
Oh God.
We're waiting on the final pickings now. It's getting towards now or never time for these guys. This
Here we
battle's
go.
Quite good.
And
They're
taking
going
it.
after it.
Yeah,
Ben and Miro.
taking defensive lines through there, but he didn't need to in the end because Miro kind of tank slapped his way around it. Not as well.
Kind of like driving by ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
All aboard the Woodward train. Choo choo.
Looks like Ant and AAA have pulled out a little bit of gap between the rest of the crew back there.
Yep. So let's see if Ant can. Oh! I thought that looked a bit too good. And now AAA is going to be victim to Nikolai Bogatyrov.
You do get a good run out of that corner if you go wide, though.
You can do, yeah.
Provided you don't touch the grass.
Yeah, it's what Ant was doing on Nikolai earlier. See the amount of impact you get off those two curbs. You have to hit them because otherwise you're too slow going through the corner. And this is still going on here with Ben Cullen and Miro.
This is over 20th position.
This is absolutely brilliant racing, it really is.
Ben is putting his car in all the right places at the moment.
Look at this lineup.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This, I think, is the penultimate lap, unless I've got it very wrong.
It is, yes.
It'll be white flag at the end of the lap.
Oh
dear.
Was there a little touch there?
I definitely think there was something. There was something. Where's Tony? Is he behind these two? Oh, dear.
Yeah, he's off the curb, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, that was opportunistic at best.
Look at Nikolai.
It in there.
No way.
Wow.
Who's got the better drive? That's what it's all about now.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, this is a good race, this. It's a squeaky bum time for all of these guys.
Yeah.
Look at Gary Craig, he's crawling all over Nikolai.
Leader
Oh,
is on.
that's
He's
the wrong.
alongside all over the hip check there.
Oh, it
Big
was.
goal. Well done, Gary.
Oh, Gary's managed to get
big
through that without
accident
taking
there.
anyone. Yeah.
Oh, Triple A's got it done.
Is he?
He has.
Yes.
He has.
Oh, it's all going
Going
on.
into the last turn.
Holy mackerel.
Yep, Gary back on the racing track. Didn't lose too much. Well, he did actually, didn't he?
He
lost at least
places.
3. Yeah.
That's a shame. He's doing great.
Leaders on the last lap, but we don't care.
I'd like to see that Nikolai Gary Craig incident again because I think there was a hit check in that.
There was definitely a hip check there, yeah.
And here comes Tony to take the checkered flag.
Yeah, I was about to ask what car is that. I haven't seen it in a whole.
Yeah. So Tony finishes 5 days ahead of Ascari. Who's just here. That red shell car is Troy Cox behind him. Oh no, that's Jamie Machado, sorry. So that didn't change in any way. And we'll just watch these guys filing through, finishing their lap.
It's a great defensive drive from Ant Woodward there.
Fantastic, really, yeah. Again, I still want to go back and see the Nikolai Gary Craig situation.
Yeah, I'd like to have a quick look at that. Gut feeling is a racing incident.
Oh, here we go. So, Gary on the outside and ahead of Nikolai. Oh.
Yeah, Nikolai drifted over a little bit, but I don't think there was a great deal in that, if I'm really
I
honest.
don't either.
Yeah, that's still a Nikolai's problem. Like it's awareness issue.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, he had to know he was there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was fast and furious.
Wasn't it just? So our finishing order is Tony Klusterman is your race winner tonight. Ascari Rin in second place with Uansi Lin in third. Jeremy Rogers in fourth. Fifth was Tyler Newitt. Sixth was Jamie Machado, our pole sitter. Troy Cox in seventh. Martin Vishluven in eighth. We didn't really see a great deal of Martin, did we? Vincent Skilbeck in ninth. Ben Morris in 10th. With a fairly quiet race, in my opinion. Abdul Alamri, AAA, in 11th. Ant Woodward in 12th. 13th was Nikolai Bogotyrev. 14th was Marcus Bletz. Mark Duggan finished 15th. Gary Craig finished 16th. 17th was Richard Tam. 18th was Tom Pritchard. And then as it ticks over, there we go. 19th is Marco Loert. Miro Haraski was 20th. 21st was Ben Cullen. 22nd was Ivan Bowmans. And 23rd was Wayne Sanderson.
Well done, Pete. So we've got a couple of people waiting for an interview. So first off, Pete, we will bring in our race winner for you, Tony Klusterman. Welcome to the booth.
Yeah, welcome, Tony.
Hi, guys.
Hey, there you are. So you won by 5.5 days. Is Barber a track that you like particularly?
Yeah, actually, I do enjoy it. So, it's one of those technical tracks, sort of like Mid-Ohio, and enjoyed that. Got a good start, and Jamie gave me a little bit of room there on the first couple of corners. So, once you get ahead here, it's pretty hard to pass.
You pretty much checked out after you got past Jamie at turn 2. It didn't take you long to build the gap, and then you maintained the gap because Jamie fell back and Jeremy Rogers took over the mantle of second place until he got a lot of pressure from Uansi Lin and Ascari Arena in the end. Any standout moments for you other than being absolutely amazing around the track?
Well, I just tried to maintain the gap. Last night I ran the official, and my front tire wears was at 36% at the end of the race.
Whoa. What did you end up with tonight?
Actually, I forgot to look.
Right.
But it was better than last night.
Yeah, probably very much so. So I remember you giving me a guided tour of this track and what to do and where, and I think I enjoy the track more for that reason than I do a lot of the other tracks where that didn't happen, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So thanks for that. That's a lifetime thank you, I think, somewhere in that. But yeah, Barber's a great track in my opinion. I really do enjoy it. It's definitely up on my top 5 tracks on the service. Does it feature that highly for you, or are there other ones that stand out for you more?
Spa is his favourite.
Oh yeah, right next to Daytona and Le Mans. Yeah, Barber's up there for sure. It's in the top 10. I think it's very underrated track, and I think that if people take the time to learn the nuances of it, it's quite enjoyable.
Sorts of amazing racing. You're going to enjoy watching the broadcast. If you don't normally, I'm pretty sure you do. But if you don't normally, make sure you do watch this one, because the racing behind you was incredible. Honestly.
Yeah, I saw the gap, and I was watching the relative, and it looked pretty close there. And I always do watch the broadcast. You guys do an amazing job.
Thanks for that. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you disappear?
Marco for not showing up today. What was up with that? How come, Marco?
Yeah, I just got home and the quali was started like 4 minutes or something like that. So.
You could start at the back and still win, man.
You need to register before the quali.
So anyone else you'd like to thank?
Our team, Chris Jackson did some setup work this week that, although I couldn't drive his setup, I could at least modify it so I could drive it. So thanks to him and SimAbility, Race Tech for sponsoring our main league. We've got the Le Mans race tomorrow. You guys for doing the broadcast. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tony. And Tony is our race winner tonight. So thank you very much, Tony Klusterman.
He's already.
You flush him early.
No, he moved himself.
Did he?
Yeah. And now I've moved all the rooms round.
Yeah, you have. Why is the interview room above us? There we go.
Right.
Oh,
so next up, let's get in our 4th place finisher, Jeremy Rogers. Welcome to the booth.
Hey, glad to be here.
Hi. You're a little bit quiet, mate, but don't worry. We'll make up for it. So we see you tonight in some absolutely fantastic battles. You must have really enjoyed that.
It's kind of mentally exhausting, actually. I was basically Jarno Trulli out there. I out-qualified myself, and then I was slower than most everybody around me and trying not to make mistakes.
I understand what you're saying with mentally exhausting, but you haven't worked with Pete Bingham. Then you would really know what mentally exhausting is. But you did well, mate. You say you out-qualified yourself. You were slower than all the cars around you, so you must be over the moon with 4th place.
Oh yeah, very happy with the result. This is definitely really good for the level of competition that's in the Euro Soft.
Yeah, and obviously I like to see that Golden Knight paint out there. Such a shame we couldn't go all the way this year, but I'm sure it's coming. Any major highlights for you in that race, or was it literally surviving and just bagging as many points as you could?
First of all, yeah, definitely got to represent the VGK. And then second of all, I lost the space to Oscar just basically because I got into the braking zone and the rear did not want to hook up, and it shoved me a little bit wide. And then I kept trying to put the throttle down. I think I tried to put the throttle down like 3 or 4 times, and he could get the throttle down better than me, so he was faster down the museum. Mostly it was that. I was on the chat with Yanshai, and he was giving me tips for the chicane because he was faster through there. I tried it and what he was doing, and I put myself in the grass. So that's how.
Yeah, it's amazing how that happens, isn't it? My time driving in the Race Tech League, I'd have a Klusterman or a Johnny Brandon in front of me, and think to myself, right, I'm going to brake where they brake, and sail off into the grass.
Yeah, I've got the VRS subscription, so I can compare my times to Madison Down. He is just absolutely otherworldly efficient on the brakes. It's incredible. That's really
cool. And that's what this car is all about, isn't it? It's the braking and it's the throttle control as well, because it's got so much power and so little grip. So I'm sure the times that we've seen you racing, you're certainly getting right up there and starting to get into the mix now. So well done on that. Before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just got to give the shout out to the guys that I had on the team chat. Yanshai, who congrats on his podium. That was very well done on his part. Richard Tam, who had a bit of a rougher race back behind us. He was actually really fast in practice. It's kind of a shame how his qualifying in this race went. So shout out to those guys. And thanks to you guys for the broadcast.
It's a pleasure. Well, it's been awesome to talk to you, Jeremy. Congratulations on your 4th place, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Hope to see you soon.
Okie dokie. Okay, Pete. So next up, we're gonna bring in the smiling assassin himself, Tyler Newitt.
Evening, Tyler. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Did we put you off when we were talking when you were trying to overtake?
Oh no, I was I think I ran about the best race I could have because I was really just minding my tires through the first part, really most of the race, which I would say I did pretty well since I ended up running my fastest lap, I think on like lap 24. So it was really just I knew I qualified out of position and I probably should have been closer to the top 5. So it was a case much like the GT4 race on Wednesday of just kind of taking my time and letting the race come to me. And for the most part, it did. I don't think I would have been more than a spot or two up from where I ended up had I qualified where I think I should have. So, yeah, it worked out all right.
Yeah, I thought you were going to bag Jeremy Rogers for quite a long time, actually. You ebbed and flowed in terms of the distance to him and from him. Jamie Machado was kind of in touch towards the end, but I thought you were going to bag yourself a Jeremy Rogers there and get yourself a 4th place.
Yeah, I kind of knew that Jeremy was lost once I got stuck behind Vincent, and Vincent did a great job. I think he had some damage maybe, but he was not quite as quick as Jeremy or I, but he was holding tough, and there was just nothing we could do, and he just had a little slip up in the museum corner, and that was that. And I had let Jamie Machado through because he was gaining quite a bit on me behind Vincent, and I thought he would just kind of blow right through Vincent and open the door, and then he couldn't do anything, so I was just stuck behind both of them. And at that point, I knew I wasn't kind of 5th was probably the best I could do, and Vincent had his issue, and Jamie eventually had his issue, which was good because I don't know that I would have gotten back by him otherwise, even though I had the pace on him, I think. So, yeah, it all just kind of fell into place, which is I find what happens when you're patient on iRacing. So, I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah, patience is something I've yet to learn on iRacing, but never mind. It's good to know that you're the one. Is he the 4th in the Barber Appreciation Society, Clyde?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you're 4th.
I absolutely love this track. It's just got
great,
such a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's such a rhythm, such a flow track. I would put it up there with my top 3. I would say are this and Mosport and Bathurst. They just feel so good when you get it right, and they take a little patience to get right. I remember the first time I drove this track in an IndyCar simulator, and it was like, whoa! It's just a constant, roller coaster. But you have to be, conscious of what you're doing the whole time. There's no kind of breaks except a little bit on the front stretch. So I love it. I think there aren't many better tracks out there on iRacing.
No, I'd agree with all of that sentiment. Absolutely. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before you disappear to the American sunshine or whatever's going on there?
We're about to get snow here, actually. But
all right, in that case,
no. Yeah, thanks to you guys as always for the broadcast. I love to see such a big turnout for these strength of field races. It's nice to have a big crowd around Barber. I think there was some pretty constant battling in multiple places all the way along, which is purely a turnout thing, and we're getting pretty good strength of fields at the same time, so that's great. Thanks to XVR as always. Thanks to Wayne in particular. He had a setup for me, and and then everybody else at XVR. We're a team, and it's great to have guys you can practice with, compare times against. So, and thanks.
Well, thank you very much for a very entertaining race. Our 5th place finisher, Tyler Newitt.
Thanks, guys.
Tyler, you need a haircut. Let's flush him before we can reply. Right. So, next up, let's bring in a usual visitor to the booth, 9th place finisher, Vincent Skilbeck. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Back again.
So, first of all, what time is it over there?
It is almost 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, not too bad then. Not too bad.
Yep.
So, we see the wheelie bins car in a lot of action tonight. How was it out there? Slippery, slick, cars everywhere?
Yeah, it was a bit slippery. I've already done one race this week, so I kind of knew how I was gonna go. I was doing 25s the whole race, so I thought I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, just some of the mistakes kind of really shit me up the wall. So.
And were they obviously self mistakes? This track. I love this track. I can't drive it, but I find it amazing and very scary at the same time. But it's very easy to outbrake yourself around here, and the grass is probably the slipperiest grass you'll ever find in your life. You tend to carry on into a different county, don't you, if you get yourself on the grass?
Yeah, I had that problem. I was going into that downhill little chicane, and I completely forgot which gear I was in. So I ran wide there. I went through it in third instead of in second, which kind of then lost me the 5th place that I had that I was keeping from Jamie. But after that, yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, you forgot what gear you was in and was in the wrong gear. I usually forget what corner I'm at and turn in the wrong direction. So, you certainly do a lot better than I do. But like I say, we see you in some fantastic battles. 9th is probably lower than we expect to see you. Is that just a track thing? You just don't get on with this track, and you'll be back at it next week?
I actually really like this track. It was just tonight. I had the pace. I think I'd qualify with a 23 something, but yeah, I thought I had the pace to stay with top 5, but after I made my mistake, I felt like I was just doing the same times as them, so I just couldn't catch them back up. And having the issue with Troy earlier in the race was a bit annoying too. So I still have no idea what happened there. I looked at the replay and it looked like it was netcode again, but I don't know. You're trying to chop my nose off, so that's what I saw.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange incident, wasn't it?
Because he made a mistake going in, which pushed him wide. So I'm like, oh well, there's a gap there. I'll go for it, and then it closed on me right on the apex. So, and then the lap after, I don't know if I didn't give him space or if he didn't give me space, but we had a 0x and he went off again. So.
Yeah, on our coverage, it looked very weird. It was like it was as if you didn't know that there was another car on the track. We see you disappear into other cars a couple of times, so there was certainly something going on there with the server. But next week, Spa. What do you think to Spa? Tony Klusterman's favourite track.
What do you say as far as next week? I've got Scops this week, and Scops is at Spa this week. So
so you're going to win next week then?
No, I'm pushing. I've been pushing hard. My qualifying set for Spa at the moment is pretty decent. But I have no idea what I'm going to do for a race set. So.
Take some camber out. Fueling, you'll be fine. Well, Vincent, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on your 9th place. It's still a top 10, and we look forward to seeing what you can do at Spa. So, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
You guys for the broadcast. All the sponsors of Wheelie Wins and all the ways at Wheelie Wins for the fun times.
Excellent. Well, like I say, pleasure to talk to you as usual. Vincent Skilbeck, thank you very much.
See you next week.
Okay, so I was going to get Ant Woodward in next, but he has disappeared. So, Pete, it's your old buddy, Mr. Craig Gary.
Gary, quite a race. You featured lots and lots, even more than Jelly Tots. Tell us, first of all, about the little ding-dong you had with Nikolai.
I look back at it, I had a really good run on him. I hadn't had a good run all race. I was sat behind for so long, not being able to do anything. And when I got that one run, got up alongside him, he looked like he kind of half moved over just to get the best line he could for the corner, and it looks like we had a little bit of a netcode. I think it looked a bit netcodey, and it looked quite close anyway. But it was the second last lap of what was a pretty intense battle between a huge amount of cars there. It was always going to kick off, and it was good. It was good fun no matter what.
Yeah, it started off with 3 cars. You being I think you were the last of them or the middle one. I can't remember. And then you just started accumulating more traffic. And for us, it was awesome because AAA was making his way through, and you were trying to get back on terms with Nikolai. In fact, we're watching the build-up to it now with the 2 guys in front fighting, and you slowly closed them down. But then the guys closed you down when you hit the brick wall, which was Nikolai and Ant Woodward. It was brilliant to watch. If you don't normally watch the broadcast back, I guarantee you'll enjoy watching that one. It was awesome. The only fly in the ointment, and we all had it down as Nikolai's problem, that issue, because he should have known that you were there. There would have been a car there would have been spotters shouting at him and everything. There was no need for him to be doing what he was doing, we didn't think. But of course, in the race, it's a different ball game. How did you find the track? You were telling me yesterday that I was some sort of weirdo for liking it. Changed your opinion or not?
Well, first off to Nikolai, so it's just see on the chat there. It's no worries, man. It happens. It was the second last lap. It was 6 and 2/3s. I'd put myself alongside, and you were going to defend. I always knew that was going to happen. So it's just one of those things. It was just a racing incident. And in terms of the track, I think people who really like driving this track probably do some pretty horrible things in their spare time for entertainment. It's
like pulling the legs off of Daddy Longlegs.
Yeah.
I am not a fan, but
or dressing up in ladies' clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was an awesome race on a track I really don't like driving. I really don't like driving. I nearly skipped tonight, and in fact, the only reason I really came on is because when I spoke to my brother earlier, and he asked if I was racing, said I'm kind of in 2 minds about it. He said, "Oh, go on. There's an out on the box." So I had to put that on your advertising materials. Backfire Simsport TV, because there's now better on the box.
It's true, and 100% of the Gary Craig Appreciation Society were on tonight. So
yeah, both of them.
Yeah, they were hurling good insults at you, so it was good. I've just seen Clyde's last post on there. The only pilot was in Pete's pants. Thanks for that. I thought you did a fantastic job. At one point, you were 6 places north of where you started, I think. Maybe 7. I can't remember now.
I messed up quality. I got a 1x on my second lap, and the first one wasn't very good. But that was an incredibly high strength of field, considering it didn't split. That was a really strong field.
Yeah, and there was a couple of new guys in there that hadn't raced before who always stir up the pot because you just don't know what you're racing against, do you?
Yeah, but that was awesome battle. Like from Ant in what was probably 11th all the way down to 18th. There at the end, it was anyone's race. There
was an 8-car train there that anybody could have finished in any position.
Yeah, and it was always going to kick off at the end. And Ant did an incredible job holding off. I think it was Nikolai and then AAA for basically half of the race. He just drove amazingly well defensively. They were still pulling away from me initially when they were defending, and I kind of got back on it again, picked up my pace. But yeah, he just drove an awesome race, and that really set up a really fun battle.
Yeah, it was fantastic to watch. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to or thank before we let you disappear?
Yeah, my new sponsor. I've got Preparation H, I've got Anisol, I've got any amount of care products.
More to come.
Yeah,
I nearly died laughing when you did the Austin Powers thing and said, "On the whole."
I had so many more bad puns. You know, I could if we keep running with those liveries, I'm sure I'll be able to just ease them in.
I have a feeling you might be busy.
That's class. Anybody else you want to thank?
Yeah, you guys as ever, the fan club, everyone else who's kind of racing, because the fields are getting bigger and bigger and stronger. So anyone else who's turning up and everyone who turns up every week, it just makes it a really fun race. So yeah, well done everyone for that really good race.
Said, thank you very much, Gary Craig.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, so that's the interviews over, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed that race. It seems this season that all the races that have been crackers have just been over too quickly. I could have watched that for another 2 hours tonight. Great drive by Tony Kloosterman. Imperious, got out in the lead and never looked back again. Fantastic battle for the podium places, and then that great 8-car train that, like I say, anybody could have finished in any position. A shout out to AAA, Abdul Al Amri, a great recovery drive after his little error. And Ivan Bowman's as well. May have been the last finisher, but the important word there is finisher. Kimi Namela, what did you think of that?
Yeah, that was great racing. A lot of battles. I think Sam is sweating more than the drivers with the cameras. But yeah, it was a really good race. And one thing I like, Oskari Rinne, like how he's improved in this couple of weeks is it's amazing.
Yeah, and we definitely need to get him in the booth so that you can do an interview in Finnish, and that'll throw everybody. That'll be really good. Bill, now I know you only saw half of the race because of your nana nap. What did you think of the half a race that you saw?
Well, the half race I saw, I wish I'd seen the whole thing, to be honest with you. It was absolutely brilliant. A lot of great battles. And of course, Tony Kloosterman out there by himself, a really magnificent drive for him. He seems to be getting his mojo back, which is really good. I mean, we're happy about that for sure. And hats off to Gary Craig for being a good sport. I think he got screwed a little bit, but he did an excellent job. All those guys in that group racing, what was it, 7 or 8 cars for 11th position. I mean, that shows you the spunk that these guys have, and the wanting to battle. I think it's terrific. And like Pete said, Barber's really a great place. It's really it's a sleeper of a course. A lot of people don't own it, on this service. They don't use it, but I think it's a great facility. And they should do a lot more of it here. I think this car, the V8 fits perfectly here. I think it's really a great track for them to race on. But anyway, enjoyed it. Sorry I was late, but it was terrific. Hopefully see you tomorrow for another V8 Supercar race.
Yeah, we'll let you off this time. And Princess Pete, what's your thoughts on that race and your favourite track?
It delivered for me again. Just brilliant. There's so much competition in that midfield for it. I know Tony ran away with it, and what a fantastic drive from him. But then pocketed battles all the way through, and that 8-car train was just A, brilliant to watch, B, hilarious to watch. It couldn't have got more exciting for me. If there's people out there still watching at the minute and you haven't liked the show on YouTube tonight, then give it a like, because I'd like other people to at least be drawn to it. And if that's the way that they do, then albeit, and they should watch it, because that is great racing. All of it was fantastic.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at a clip that AAA has put on Discord there, and yes, you did hear that right. Make sure you've got the paint packs for Wednesday night, Abdul, because there's some crackers coming up. Sam, again, as usual, a busy night for you. But as we don't often say this about official racing because it can be a bit of a bloodbath. A lot of the focus tonight was on battling rather than crashing.
It was a fantastic race. They did a really great job from the front to the back of the field. And this mid-pack battle with 8 people at the same time was just great. As Marco said, I think I'm sweating more than the drivers today.
We can actually smell you from here. So
yeah, I'm sure of that. Yeah.
Go and grab a shower, my friend. So what have we got coming up for you on BSTV? So tomorrow night, change to the advertised schedule. We are in Racetech V8 ESC action with the mighty V8s again. And I believe it's from Le Mans. So that could be a very, very, very interesting race. Wednesday, we are back with the GT4 TCR series from Imola. Those of you that missed it last week, Pete has asked that we advertise some of the companies that he uses the most. So Anusol got their mention last week, and Pete will have a brand new paint. Pete and Gary, because Gary's unfortunately agreed to be his teammate. So those two guys will have a brand spanking new paint for every round of this season. So make sure you tune in and don't miss that. And then next Friday, we're back with this series. And we are at Spa. So I'm pretty sure Tony Kloosterman has had that circled on the schedule since it was released and is really looking forward to that. And then a week on Sunday, we're back in VRA GTCC action from Sebring. We have a new team. It is BSTV Forza Haggis, and it is myself and Scott Malcolm. So I'm sure we will get plenty of comments about our lack of driving etiquette during the race. So again, make sure you tune in and don't miss it. It's going to be fantastic. Make sure you drop us a like. We had 27 viewers at one point and we've only got 16 likes. So come on, guys, get your fingers out. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you follow our Facebook page. Make sure you never, ever, ever miss one of our super duper hilarious broadcasts again. We do have a merchandise store. Make sure you have a look at that. Christmas is coming and there's some fantastic things in there for you to purchase for your loved ones for Christmas. So I'd like to thank all the drivers. A lot bigger grid than we expected for Barber. So, well done on that. Thanks to everybody on the chat. We always appreciate your comments, the banter and everything else. Thanks to Pete. Half a thanks to Bill. And thanks to Marco for joining me in the commentary booth. Thanks to Sam for the wonderful work he does on the cameras and making sure you don't miss any of the action. So it's time for me now to say good night. Then the guys will say good night and we will close and see you tomorrow. So good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's another one of these, but it'll be just as exciting.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Sorry I missed half of it. I'm sorry I did. Looking forward to tomorrow. I still say these are the best cars on the service. Don't miss it. You're going to really enjoy it. Good night, everybody.
Thanks and good night.
Wow. 3 words. It's so nice, Marco. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Racetech V8 Cup.